Taylor Watch.
Welcome back to another episode of Taylor Watch. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
From New York City, sunny New York City.
Yes.
I wouldn't call it warm, but I would call it sunny.
Chilly today.
Chilly.
But it's not raining, and it said it was supposed to rain, so thank God it wasn't.
Thank God for that.
I kind of like this I don't mind. Like the 60 low 60s, a little wind. I'm fine with that. It's like when it dips below, it's too cold. But I was cold on my way to work.
I was cold, definitely had to wear a jacket. Was worried that my jacket wasn't going to be thick enough. I'm going to tour an apartment later, and so I'm actually touring 2 apartments, and I have to travel between them, and I was worried oh no, am I going to have a thick enough coat for that? Is this to buy?
Okay,
this is
still
me. Oh yeah, I
forget
if I've said I'm on my buying journey. Have I said that
you
before?
have?
Yes,
but I wasn't sure because you said you kind of fell.
So I put it. Here's the thing I'm learning about real estate brokers is that they really don't leave you the fuck alone. And so even when you say, hey, leave me alone, they don't leave you alone. So I haven't been touring apartments since I said leave me alone. But he sent me one on Monday. It was like, this is a new listing, and bitch, you're not even gonna believe. Look, I think this is so. The apartment is really nice, and it's it's fits my qualifications, what I want, whatever.
What's your number one must have?
Outdoor space.
Yeah.
Has to have outdoor space.
Okay.
I've never had outdoor space, and I've always wanted it. I want a garden. That is my number one. Okay, got it. So they know that. And so, and in knowing that, this guy sends me this, and I'm reading the description of the place, and it tells me that there's already planters in the outdoor space and an irrigation system, which means watering. Okay. I think this is AI, which is exactly why I was I must see it this week. Cause if it's not, then I don't want this apartment. It's fine, but there are more. Look at what this picture showed me. What the literal fuck?
That would all be yours?
Yes.
The wisteria?
That's what I'm saying. It's full of wisteria. I think the wisteria is AI, but the planners for the wisteria are real. That's real and that's there. So I need to scope the situation. Because if I can grow fucking wisteria in my backyard, I'm going to buy the apartment.
Yeah, so that's gorgeous. I know. I mean, to me, it looks real, but I really can't tell.
And it is. And if all else fails and it is real, I'll be able to see peak bloom wisteria today. So that's why
that
we're going.
would be crazy.
And
awesome.
So it's the only thing getting me off the couch to see something. And I'm wildly unprepared. I can't make an offer today. I haven't. I've just been whatever. But it's good to I'm taking the steps and doing the right things. And I just, in this process of am I buying an apartment or whatever, it's just shown me that really anybody can get an apartment. You can't, it's I keep being why are they letting me have this? Or why are they approving me for loans? Why are they approving me for whatever? It's it's a relatively easy process for a first time buyer.
Okay, interesting.
And so, but it's also very anxiety. I have so much anxiety about it. I don't know if I could ever pull a trigger on anything.
Yeah. Thinking about buying real estate gives me so much anxiety. Well, I don't even have a credit card, so I should probably start with that.
I got that credit card. I have my shit kind of on lock finally, for the first time ever. And I was I'm paying rent. I'm doing this. I know that I want to have a place on the Upper West Side that I'll live in for as long as I want to live in. And then eventually, it will never decrease in value. It's so true, especially on the Upper West Side. So we shall see. We'll see. But that's my journey currently.
Hell yeah. I mean, I'm supporting you.
Thank you.
Maybe you can get an extra room for me to sleep in.
That's
what
it is, a 2-bedroom. So
perfect,
it'll be
it
would be a guest room / closet, which is
love.
That's the only thing about this place is that it's got shitty closets, bad closet space, but it does have 2 bedrooms, which in my head I was well, I'll turn one into a closet.
Right. And then you could do you can
and I can always
install
do shit. Yeah.
Shelving and stuff, make it into a cool walk-in moment.
There's a lot to do that I could do. And that is something also that I've had to kind of wrap my head around, where it's if you do end up buying a place, you can do whatever you want to it afterwards within the limits of what you can do with the building. But so I can't let that be a deterrent.
That's exciting.
We shall see. I've toured I don't know, 10 at this point probably, and none of them are right. And
that's the type of thing where it's you have to have patience.
It has to be right. I have to be patient. Yeah. No impulse buys. It's it can't be an impulse thing. And again, shout out to my guy. I'm not even going to say his name because I don't think he would like that.
Yeah.
But he's very nice and he's doing a really good job, but he is like, I said, hey, I'm putting a pause on this. I've got too much shit going on in my life. He's like, I hear you loud and clear. And then like every week he's sending me more beautiful places. He's like, just in case. Yeah. I'm like, bitch.
Even when I was trying to find rentals, like I used my parents' guy who was helping them.
Yeah.
And he would just send me stuff out of my budget like all the time. And I'm like, dude, like.
He does that to me too. And
I'm
like,
girl. Who you think I am?
Right. This one that I'm seeing is out of my budget for sure.
Like,
but it's like.
Like I understand you're working with my parents, but they are not shelling out the same budget for me.
Right.
Okay, so let's go down about $5,000.
Right.
But yeah, they're ruthless. Well, because they get a cut.
Of course, and I totally get the game, and they don't want you to like forget about them or like end up falling into the lap of somebody else. But I keep almost wanting to be like, bro, I swear to God, I will use your help, but you gotta stop sending me texts.
Yeah.
But I'm glad he texted me this place, because if that's real, like. Could you imagine?
Pray to God.
Like he sent it to me, and immediately in my head I was singing "I Want to Watch Wisteria Grow." Like I couldn't. Like that's the lakes. Like
no,
I
that's
have to,
like almost too
perfect.
Good. Yeah.
So that's why I have to go.
Yeah, we'll have to see if that's AI or not. Have you ever seen the apartment or the houses kind of near my apartment? It's like I forgot the cross streets, but they have the wisteria growing down the house.
Yes, I do. Yes,
yeah, it's gorgeous.
The gorgeous brownstone.
Yeah.
On like 21st,
it's like,
maybe? Or,
yeah. It's like they like just started to bloom, and it looks so pretty.
It is like the time for them right now.
Yeah, so maybe you'll definitely get a good glimpse.
I'm hoping. But in the description, like in like the list, he sends me like that I just showed you was a street easy, but he sends me like the proper listing. And it tells you about it, but it has all that like outdoor shit. I don't know. It's like architecturally acclaimed, like agriculture. I'm like, okay, so we'll see.
Right.
Who the fuck knows?
Keep an eye out.
For Selena, as always. But yes, that's pretty much all that's happening in New York City, NYC. A quick little what's it called? Throwback. What's it called when you go back and touch on something?
TBT.
Maybe for the New York Times.
Oh yeah,
we completely forgot to mention that Reputation was mentioned.
Yes,
and that is entirely my fault. I was so hyped that I just never mentioned it. Reputation was in fact mentioned at 30-minute interview, and I did finish the whole thing finally, and it's really good.
So good,
well worth the watch. Very annoying. You can only watch it on the website.
Yeah, it is really annoying. I saw a tweet that was like kind of crazy that we got like more insight. In this 30-minute interview than we did in the entire Eras Tour documentary.
Literally.
And I was like, yeah, that's very true. Like I feel like this is the most we heard her talk about songwriting and like the depths of that in such a long time.
Definitely. And I can only assume it's because of the Songwriter Hall of Fame coming up. Like, I feel like I'm sure she's having these conversations. I'm sure they're compiling, or at least she and her team would be compiling like all this info. Because also, if you notice, a lot of the songs that she talks about in the New York Times are the ones that are up for, or that are like in her group, like Love Story, Last Great American Dynasty,
Blank Space, Antihero.
Yeah, and I think she touched upon all of them.
Yeah, right.
Which I didn't notice the first time I was skimming through. So anyway, she had this to say about Reputation, on it being slept on. She said when it came out, said, I love the Reputation album. I was like, you guys say what you want. I know what I did. I love it. Go with God. Sorry. You can come around if you want. It's okay if you don't. And then 6 or 7 years later, people are like, oh my God, ready for it? People slept on that song. Yeah. I mean, it's insane. Like the way that Reputation was received, the fans know, the ones who were there know, and the ones who weren't don't.
Yeah.
And maybe you'll catch up one day, but Reputation is that bitch.
I mean, I feel like people have caught up almost, because I feel like everybody's always saying a Reputation is like such a slept on album.
Totally.
So slept on, whatever.
Totally.
I also thought it was so funny how she was like, when we were making Ready For It, like I wanted to like headbang into a wall or something.
Yeah, she's like wanted to headbang through a wall.
Yeah, which is funny. And I mean,
and Getaway Car too, she said that about.
Yeah.
I
mean, even I didn't really love Ready For It until the Eras Tour.
Oh yeah?
You know, like I really wasn't. I loved Reputation as an album, but I would say like the more upbeat songs, I didn't really love. Like I didn't really love Look What You Made Me Do.
Yeah.
Didn't really love Ready For It.
Yeah.
I liked Oh Lord Save Me.
Don't Blame Me.
Don't Blame Me.
Yeah.
But like I loved it after Eras Tour,
of
you know,
course.
like I don't know.
Especially seeing it in that setting is so good. But I would say like, so Are You Ready For It, or Ready For It, sorry, was like the NFL's song for a minute. I think like at Sunday on Fox. And like when it came out. And then Look What You Made Me Do, I think is very much the kind of song that you had to be there for because of the way that it was rolled out and the moment and the, you know, the time and the shit talk of, you know, the Kim and Kanye and it all. Like,
Old Taylor King comes to the phone right now.
Yeah, like that was like what made that song sick. Like I'm definitely bopping around Look What You Made Me Do, but it's certainly not my favorite song on the record. Not even top 5. But I do appreciate Rep getting mentioned, and it does start to spark rumors about, you know, more clowning. Okay, we're keeping our eyes out. We're putting our noses on, because when Taylor made her caption discussing the New York Times article, she said, or she capitalized 4 different T's.
Right. I think it was Taylor Nation.
Oh, was it? I thought it was Taylor herself. It was maybe like thank you.
Yes, maybe
to the New York Times.
Oh no, you're right. Sorry, you're right. Yeah.
Taylor
talking
herself.
About songwriting, and then the T in talking.
Yep.
And then it's like is greater than talking about anything else, and that T in talking is also T, and then thank you, capitalized T. I had the NY time of my life, and that T is also capitalized.
Yes. So of course the people are clowning, because it's like she mentioned all the songs that are being submitted to the Songwriters Hall of Fame, and then she also mentioned Rep, and that was like basically it. And so that's what's kind of funny about it, because it's like, all right, well, what are we clowning for exactly?
Because like so many people were replying being like, yeah, that's just proper grammar.
No, it definitely is.
Because
I didn't think at all it was something until people started going off. I was like, oh no, that just makes sense. Like that just looks right in writing. But people are saying 4 T's. There was like a 6 + 7 something. You know, who knows what the fuck. I literally don't know what people are clowning for exactly. But I just know that I'm ready to take my orders and put my clown nose on if I have to. You know what I mean?
People are saying that TS13 is going to be named T.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. It's 4 T's, 40 days from today, which was yesterday, Tuesday, the 28th. Equals June 7th, 6-7, which she also said in the video.
Oh my God, so many 6-7s.
So many 6-7s. My arms are getting tired. 6 + 7 is 13. So people think maybe perhaps a June 7th.
Okay.
Rep, which is a
debut.
Sunday. No, I would think Rep because of all the Rep combo around it.
Got it.
That's the only reason why my Rep stands are in my you know feed.
Right. Okay.
But 6-7 is a Sunday. So who knows?
I feel like I don't know what I feel like, honestly.
I don't know either. It sounds crazy.
But I've been seeing a lot of tweets on my feed just being like, Taylor Swift is preparing for something. Like, I don't know what, but she's preparing for something.
Yes.
Like the one that you sent me.
Yeah.
Tay is up to something. I just can't prove it.
Exactly.
Yeah. It does seem like. Oh, and she also unpinned Opalite.
Yes.
From her Instagram, so people were like, ooh, is she making room for something?
Could be. I also saw people clowning perhaps for Ruin the Friendship next single.
I did see that as well.
Yeah.
And someone was like a summer bop. And then they were like, wait, a summer bop about your friend dying?
Ruin the Friendship. Yeah.
Well,
remember we thought when it first started, we thought it was going to be a summer bop. We were like, this is so cute. We're going to like kiss boys. Like,
and then you're like, ooh.
We're going to kiss all our friends. Yeah. And then it was like, well, actually.
not close.
Maybe you should before that, you know.
Right.
But, yeah, I think that I really don't know which way to go in terms
I don't
of
know.
clowning.
To me, it just feels like this year, in terms of like what she's been doing, just sets up perfectly for a debut. I'm more a debut than anything, just because like she's talking about all her old songs.
Yes.
Got the masters back.
Yes. She did also mention our song.
Yeah, she did talk about our song. She said she was like, I love that song so much.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
It's such an interesting. I wish that I had watched the whole thing before yesterday when we talked about it. But it was such an interesting thing. I think you said it specifically in our song, where she loves the pattern of like starting the song with a sentence and then like ending it with the same sentence.
Yeah.
There was so many like technical tips that she was giving in that. So if you are like a writer or a songwriter, I think that you should definitely take some of her tips. Like I was like taking notes. I don't even write songs. Like I was like, oh my God, this is good information. Yeah.
And just her like talking about, you know, I had this in my notes. She said, like, hold tight to your perception of your art.
Yes.
And, like, don't respond to trolls in your comments and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I loved that. I love when she, like, gives advice about, you know, haters. Because I'm like, it's a good reminder every once in a while.
100%. It's like she, you know, I was talking about when I was doing spring break and how I was just like, I can't look at the comments because it'll affect how I act. And I just want to, like, be the biggest, most obnoxious version of myself. That's what I'm supposed to be. But that, to me, I think was helped along by her being like, anything you feed the internet, it tries to kill. Anything anything else, like, it's good shit. So, well,
especially if you're like just trying to be yourself, and like try to be the, try to perform for an audience
in whatever capacity.
Like,
I think it can apply no matter what. But so we'll have to see. I think, again, mandatory watch on that New York Times 30-minute interview if you haven't already. And I'm ready to clown again at a moment's notice. Like, it does not matter. Give me an inch, I will take a mile.
Of course.
We did have a response from Chris Carrabba from Dashboard Confessional, which was mentioned. That was another huge part of the interview where Taylor mentioned how she was heavily influenced by emo music growing up. And like, girl, same. Like, it right in that time frame of like, I want to say like 2005, like maybe 2003 to 2008 was just like emo fucking central. Like, everybody was out here, and Dashboard Confessional was certainly popping at that time. And so she had praised them for the way that they write lyrics and how it was with such emotion and whatever. And so Chris Carrabba, who is the main singer of Dashboard Confessional, says that he feels lucky to be an influence in Taylor's writing. Taylor has been so kind to me over the years. To hear her express how my songs affected her was a lovely surprise. Everything is connected. I feel fortunate to be a link in the chain. And we are thankful for him.
Seriously.
In that way.
He has written some great songs. Dashboard Confessional, like my sister like used to listen to that all the time. So it kind of just like got passed down to me. And I actually watched a video on Instagram today. I don't know if it was Abigail's birthday or what it was, but it was Abigail Taylor.
Yeah.
And then she brought up Chris Carrabba and they sang a song. I couldn't tell what the song was.
Probably like the song. I can't think of what it is right now, but yeah.
It might have been hands down, but
yeah.
But they all like sang. So like obviously they like have, been friends for a while.
Totally.
And I mean, she said she references Fall Out Boy too and talks about Pete Wentz, and she was like, the lyrics, I'm just a notch in your bedpost, but you're just a line in a song.
So good.
Was like, like she like loved the lyricism of that and like taking like a common phrase and like kind of
spinning it.
Drop a heart,
break a name instead of break your heart, drop her name or whatever. Yeah. That's just, I think it's so interesting to watch how her mind works when it comes to just like putting words into place, like it's just, it really is like outside the box, and she does seem to be very formulaic in certain ways when it comes to writing lyrics. Like obviously she feels feelings and she writes these feelings down, but when she's compiling the song, she says she's just scrolling through and picking out like phrases and things that she said to string together. And I think that in itself is such a unique talent,
Man, I would love to see that notes app.
Me too. I would love to, like, that would be like a Make-A-Wish thing for me. Like if it was like, if you, not even to see the notes app, it wouldn't even be that. It'd be like, Kelly, what's the one thing you want to do on earth? I'd be like, I just want to sit on one writing session with Taylor Swift. Just one. Like, it doesn't have to be multiple. Even if she doesn't finish a song in one session, it doesn't have to be it. It doesn't have to be a song she's even putting out. I would just like to watch her create a song from scratch, preferably with Jack and Aaron like in the room.
Totally.
I just think that would be so unbelievable.
I feel like it would be like inspiring in a way that I'd be like, I want to start writing songs now too.
Same. Like I'd be in awe of the whole thing. It'd just be so cool. So Congrats to Chris Carrabba for getting the shout out, and also Pete Wentz and Fall Out Boy as a whole. Well, Gia, with my little plan of action possibly moving faster than I thought it would be on an apartment, you know who I'm gonna have to call to help me fill that space?
I think I know.
Wayfair, of course. Everything in my apartment currently that I'm renting is 100% Wayfair. No jokes at all.
Same.
Cannot wait to just dive right back in. The time is ripe for that.
Totally. Your outdoor space should feel like you. And we found Wayfair and the pieces that match for the vibe that we were going for. Every style, every outdoor space, whether your vibe is modern, coastal, farmhouse, or eclectic, Wayfair has options to help you create an outdoor space that's uniquely yours. Easy to find what you need. Wayfair makes it simple to narrow down what works for your style and budget, and it has features like reviews, filters, or visual tools to help you find the right fit, and everything in one place. Outdoor seating, grills, major appliances, storage, patio lighting, rugs, decor. Wayfair is your one-stop shop for your home. So get prepped for patio season for way less. Head to wayfair.com right now to shop all things home. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair, every style, every home.
We also had a little bit of response to the American Idol Taylor Swift night. Rolling Stone says the show was a tribute to Swift's strengths as a singer, her timing, her guile, her intricacy, and watching these talented amateurs. So shady. Talented amateurs attempt her catalog just showed how tricky her melodies are. Contestants found out that her songs are tough to sing. A few were gasping for breath, missing note after note. Read them down, Rolling Stone.
Damn, yeah. Wasn't the headline like American Idol does Taylor Swift night, or at least they tried?
Yes,
or something
it was
like
American Idol pays tribute to Taylor Swift. They meant well. That's what it says. For the first time, the TV institution set aside a night to showcase the superstar's songbook. Contestants mostly found out that her songs are tough to sing. Yeah, by Rob Sheffield.
Yeah, I mean, so listen, I watched like a little compilation of each person singing.
Yeah.
And they all sounded terrible. I'm sorry, they all really did. But they also really, they gave them like the worst. I forget the term that people are using, like composition of the song.
Okay.
Like they changed the.
Oh right, like the way it goes.
The way it sounds. Yeah. Like I maybe it's composition. I'm not sure.
I think you're right.
But they changed it. So like Lover was kind of like for some reason they changed every song into like a gospel song.
Oh.
Like big belting and like.
Hate that.
Like more like stretched out in terms of like the singing the words and stuff. And I don't know, it was so honestly a little brutal to listen to. There was one where I was like, okay, this sounds nice. There was a guy singing Cardigan, and that wasn't that bad.
Everybody was saying his was good. I didn't see the Cardigan clip, but I did see maybe a Love Story clip.
Yeah, they sang Love Story.
Not good.
There was one guy, and I was like, how is this guy in the top 7? This guy is the worst singer I've ever heard in my life. It's
really difficult. And it is hard when you're changing. Like, I would assume it'd be difficult to sing a song that you may or may not already know if someone's like changing, like you said, the composition or whatever that is about it. Because if you told me to sing Taylor Swift Love Story any other way than the way that I know it, I wouldn't be able to do it. Yeah. Like, I wouldn't be able to sing it in a gospel way. I know that song too well. So I wonder if maybe that, like, because they played the hits. Like, they for sure. I think Cardigan was like the deepest cut, and that's not even a deep cut.
They did Exile too, which was kind of deep cut, a little, but it's still very popular. It's one of the most popular songs from folklore. For sure.
But
and you know what I was also thinking, like, and we were talking about how American Idol is, like, how the hell is it still on?
Yeah.
I bet that they're not getting like the best vocalists for the show, because like if you're really that good at singing, like you're not gonna really want to go on American Idol.
Right, you just put it on TikTok now. Like you don't need American Idol isn't really needed. And I
name
also
one person who's gotten famous from American Idol in the past 10 years.
Right, it's been a while.
Benson Boone?
Is he from American Idol? No way.
No, he wasn't.
I was gonna say that's so crazy if so. Well, I do feel like it happens a lot of the time where it doesn't matter if you win or not American Idol. Like
yes, Benson Boone was on American
Idol.
That's what I thought, but he didn't win.
Okay, right. Okay, so that plays in what I'm saying.
He came into the top 24.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't really matter. Like, if you get on TV and you make a splash and you're good at singing, like, you'll probably be okay. Like, winning American Idol doesn't mean what it used to.
No,
like,
it does not. Like,
Kelly Clarkson,
they're not making Kelly Clarksons
and
Jennifer Hudson's anymore.
No. Even J Hud didn't win. She was like 4th place or something.
So true. That's actually so true.
But it's like, right, there is no Chris Daughtry's out. There's no Adam Lambert's.
Bo Bice.
Bo Bice. Shout out. You know, Bo Bice follows me on Instagram and Twitter. Bo Bice, he likes all my shit. No, I have no bigger supporter than Bo Bice.
Well, what the hell?
Serious.
You should DM
so
him.
Random.
Say, what up, Bo?
I think I have maybe before, or I've been like, thanks, Bo. Like
that's
something
nice.
Hilarious. But yes, he follows me on all platforms.
Well, shout out to Bo Bice then.
Shout out Bo Bice. But so I think that it's like who's even watching.
Yeah.
And of course, the Taylor Swift night is to get more views and whatever. But you got to let them sing it just like Taylor.
Yeah,
like, the Swifties want to hear it bar for bar. They don't want to hear the gospel version of Fearless.
They were cutting to Nikki Glaser and like,
she
was smiling, but like, I don't know. I could tell like she was dying behind the eyes a little.
Well, she knows. She knows what's up.
Yeah.
So funny. So yeah, just absolutely read to filth by Rolling Stone. Sorry to American Idol and sorry to those contestants.
Sorry to those contestants.
Sorry to those people.
They're tough songs to sing. There's a reason why she is who she is.
They are, and we're happy, honestly, to see that acknowledgement. Like that is actually a big deal for them to be like, yeah, her songs aren't that easy to sing.
I tried to sing "You Belong with Me" on karaoke, and I was so out of breath by the end of it.
The breath work really is what it is. Like, obviously, the range is also pretty impressive and difficult to sing. But it's very much the breath work. Like if you're not, like I can't sing Taylor Swift sitting down. Like we can, we're sitting, we're chilling a little bit. But if you have me sing a whole song, I need to be upright, diaphragm out, whole thing. And even then, I can barely do it. And it takes a lot of practice to like get the cadence down. I'm trying to think of Champagne Problems was a good one. Your Midas touch on your Chevy door, November flush.
Especially when she has the, as she said in her, and she said in her interview, rant bridge. A ramp. You got to take a big breath before a rant bridge. But shout out to anybody that is working on their breath work and doing their best to be able to sing a song like that. They did what they could.
They did. That's all that matters. They did their best. They said they did their best. They tried. All that matters.
Yes, they tried. And it was an attempt.
Mm-hmm. It certainly was.
That's all that matters.
Hilarious. So funny. We, of course, this weekend have The Devil Wears Prada 2 coming out. Gia and I are seeing it on Friday, right? Friday we're going? Yep. Yeah. Very, very excited to see it.
So excited.
But first things first, do we have to throw hands with Meryl? Does Meryl Streep have beef with Travis Kelce?
Yeah, that was so funny.
There was like a hilarious clip of Meryl Streep talking about how, what was it even? She was like, I'd like to see Travis Kelce do that. It was like
walk and cobblestones and heels.
Yes. Yeah. Very funny by Meryl. And then of course, Travis and Jason brought it up on New Heights. Jason was like, Trav, do we like have beef with Meryl Streep? And Travis was like, well, I don't know about her, but I don't have any beef or whatever. Like he's trying to deflect the beef, which I think is hilarious. But what a hilarious like shot by Meryl. Like
I know. I was like not expecting her to say. I don't know who I was expecting her to say, but then she like said Travis Kelce. I was like, ooh, like get him, Meryl.
yeah. But really funny because like in my head I'm like Meryl Streep is so above like any news at all. Like you would just assume like she knows acting and then she goes to sleep. Like,
that's totally.
So for her to do like a hilarious Travis Kelce reference is like she just really is that bitch.
Travis was funny. He was like, I could do it. Like I've worn heels. I wear a Chelsea boot. And Jason's like, no, not a Chelsea boot, a stiletto.
No. We're talking about stiletto pumps in the club. Yeah. Like that's what we're talking about, Trav.
He was like, all right, next time I'm in Italy, like if they have size 14 heels, I'll try it. Which is so funny.
You know who has actually and who should jump on this? This one's for free. Jessica Simpson. Jessica Simpson's shoes are they always say on RuPaul's Drag Race they have the biggest range of sizes. Because obviously men in drag wear high heels still. Right. And that Jessica Simpson is that girl when it comes to a range of shoe size.
So maybe Jessica's got to get on that brand deal.
You're gonna have a size 14 right at your doorstep if you're not careful. Right from Jason.
That's hilarious. I would love to see like in 6 months from now, like Travis. Except actually though, like maybe I don't know if Andy Reid would want him walking around in heels on cobblestone. You'll break an ankle.
He'll tear his ACL. Forget it. You can't. No. We gotta wait till the season's over before we start fucking around on the cobbles.
He kind of started off being like, I could do it, and then like at the end he was like, you know what? There's definitely no way. Like I'm gonna give this one to Meryl.
No. Let Meryl have that one. Yeah. Let Taylor be the one walking around cobblestones and stilettos. She's got that down.
Yeah, that shit is hard.
It really is hard. I hate to see a cobblestone when I'm wearing a heel.
No, I never. When I travel, and even like to Charleston, there was so many cobblestone streets that I just bring sandal flats, or platform sandals.
Totally.
It's not worth it. The pain that your feet get in.
Because you gotta step on your tiptoes basically. Like you can't put your heel down because you'll literally break your fucking ankle. Yeah. Like forget it.
Too much.
Shout out to Meryl for being able to do
it. Shout out Meryl. Go girls.
Go girls. So excited to see that movie.
Oh my God,
everybody's saying it's like amazing.
I know.
That's like fun, heartwarming, whatever. Quick aside, did you see the original Emily coming for original Andy? So Lauren Weisberger, the original author of Devil Wears Prada, was an actual assistant at Vogue. Like that's why, and there was a real Emily, and the real Miranda is Anna Wintour. Like it's all based on her experience. I'm sure embellished for whatever reasons, blah blah blah. But the real Emily is like a very famous stylist, and she's finally been like, yeah, that's me. And I'm kind of pissed. Wait, I got to see her name because I want to give her proper shouts.
I didn't realize that I always knew that obviously when Meryl's character was based off of Anna Wintour, but I didn't realize that they were like real people.
So it says the real life Emily from Devil Wears Prada reveals herself as a celebrity stylist Leslie Fermar and speaks out for the first time. At the time she goes, the book felt like a betrayal. She goes, I definitely told Lauren Weisberger, the inspiration for Andy Sachs, that 1 million girls would kill for that job. That was definitely my line because I actually really believed that.
Yeah.
And I knew, which by the way, she's right. Like, especially at that time, she was so right. And I knew that she didn't necessarily want to be there. It just felt like this exposure. Even though somebody obviously advised her to make it fiction, it was really based off of a lot of things that, I lived, she lived. I probably was not very nice, and I probably was high strung because I felt like I was having to do her job as well. Ooh! So for me, that was really frustrating. I think she was probably just sitting there writing a book and not necessarily taking the job as seriously as I did. I said, get her, whack her again.
That's like legit Emily.
That's legit Emily. Like, that's why it's so fucking
that's
funny.
And like, it's
so funny.
She's like, pick up your fucking slack, stop writing your book, and 100%.
Get to work. I quote tweeted it. I said, funny. Obsessed with OG Emily calling out OG Andy for not caring about her job and having to pick up her slack. Like, for real. Like, that's so crazy.
That's very funny.
But it's so true. Like, if you had all this time, like, you were fucking up all these times, like, you watch Devil Wears Prada, the movie, or you read the book, whatever, and you see how much she fucks up before she finally starts getting it.
Yeah.
I wonder if she ever got to the point of getting it. You know what I mean? Like, the real life version may not, like, clearly, like, I find it hard to believe that she became like the #1 best assistant to Anna Wintour and then just left to pursue a career in proper journalism or whatever. I don't buy it. Sounds like she sucked at her job.
That's so funny. Oh my God.
Hilarious.
It's like taking this long for her to finally just be like, you know what? Fuck it.
You know what? Fuck it. It's me.
Because, you know, after the first movie comes out, it's like something you get over. But like now that they're doing a sequel, I need to let everybody know.
And it's Emily Blunt like being so cool. And it's like, yes, I want credit for being that bitch.
Well, it's like, yeah, of course. And especially like, when was this? Like the early 2000s?
Yes, probably mid 2000s.
You had to be cutthroat.
Oh my God,
especially at a place like Vogue,
oh my God.
Especially being a woman, like in the workplace, you have to kind of like put on your boss bitch pants.
You have to set yourself apart from everybody else because it was true. Like every bitch, I know that anyone I knew that wanted to move to New York and worked in fashion wanted to work at Vogue.
Obviously.
I wanted to work at Vogue.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
I was this close to working at Vogue. I applied to be. Shout out Susan Plageman. I don't think she's still there, but she at the time was the publisher or the advertising director or whatever. She was the head of the ad side. And I had auditioned. I had applied and interviewed to be her assistant. And I didn't get the job with her, but I ended up getting my job at the New Yorker. They were like, okay, this is maybe not right. Vogue is not yet, but we can put you at the New Yorker.
Yeah.
And I would have failed spectacularly if I had started off at Vogue.
Oh
like I had no idea the kind of work that went into working at Condé Nast. And again, I ended up working at the New Yorker, and so it was political and culture, fashion, arts, stuff like that, not like fashion specific.
Yeah.
I had no fucking clue. Like, and so it was a blessing in disguise. But this girl and the original Andy, the real, Lauren Weisberger, whatever, it's like whenever she was there, I guarantee that she wasn't up to snuff. Like if she even was like writing a book about it and like leaving, like clearly you weren't cut out for this.
And I do feel like in the whole movie, like it's very, hammered in that like Andy like thinks that she's like better
like above that.
Yeah.
No, we like everyone at Condé Nast rode so fucking hard for this movie. And I also think too that like now that Vogue is totally bought into it, like the sequel, Anna's doing a cover press with Meryl and like all that stuff, I think now is a good time for the real Emily to come out and be like, by the way, I was picking up her slack and she sucked at her job.
Right. Oh my God.
Hilarious stuff though.
That also just reminds me, should we do the episode next week on Tuesday because Met Gala is Monday?
Good call, and yes, we should, because of course, because
keep an eye out for a later episode on Tuesday then, because Met Gala is May 1st on Monday, so we want to do like maybe like a little outfit debrief,
outfit breakdown for sure. We'll have to see whether or not Travis and Taylor go. You know, it's up in the air. I think people think maybe they'll go because all their friends will be there, but who knows really.
I've been seeing a lot about them doing the Kentucky Derby, but
I have too.
It's all like Twitter.
Right.
Like, literally TS updates. Cancel the Met Gala. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are reportedly attending the Kentucky Derby.
Right. But the Kentucky Derby's on Saturday, so they can certainly make it back by Monday.
Yeah, wait.
So it doesn't make any sense.
But also she said Saturday, May 2nd. That doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, it does. You said May 1st is Sunday, but it's not. It's the first Monday in May.
Oh, I'm dumb. Sorry. May 1st is when the movie comes out. My bad. Yes. Sorry. Yes, May 4th. My bad. Yeah, who says that they can't do May 2nd Kentucky?
They could definitely do both.
May 4th. New York.
We'll have to see, though. Who knows?
Yeah. I highly doubt that they go.
I doubt that they go to the Met Gala. I think it's pretty likely they'll be at the Kentucky Derby. I think that especially if they've got this percentage in the horse or whatever, we'll have to see if those rumors are true.
I know. I'm definitely going to watch. I usually like kind of forget that it always happens.
Me too.
But I'm definitely going to watch to see.
Yeah, probably maybe go to a bar or something.
Plum?
Puma.
The
Puma.
The
Pumas.
Puma. Roxy like a puma.
Yeah. Literally, yes. Literally, yes. So we'll have to see.
Plum would be a really cute name for like a cat.
Yeah, it would be actually a really adorable. Oh, you've got, I was going to say make it your next, but you've got
I know.
anchovy and
I'm
what's
in
your
between tuna or trout.
Tuna or trout.
Yeah.
Trout is trouty.
I
feel like tuna for the tuna
because I love
makes
tuna.
More sense for the thing.
I know, but I feel like everyone names their cat Tuna.
So true. I had a cat named Tuna once.
You said that.
My roommate did, yeah, but I claimed it as my own.
And I don't want to be basic.
I felt so bad for poor Tuna. Tuna fucking hated living with us. Like, oh my God, poor Tuna.
I can't even imagine.
I have a lot of guilt about Tuna sometimes just because that was
Is Tuna still alive?
I have no idea.
No.
Like, I assume like maybe wherever Tuna ended up, but I don't know. It was my roommate's cat, technically.
Thoughts and prayers to Tuna, wherever you are.
Thoughts and prayers to Tuna. And Tuna was really hard to like win over. Like Tuna wanted nothing to do with us. So maybe Tuna might be a curse name. I don't know.
Yeah, so maybe I'll go.
But you know what? I thought yours, because what goes with anchovies? Like,
well, I always wanted to do olive and anchovy, but then fucking Francesca
you
stole my baby name. You stole my cat's name.
You bitch.
Yeah, she was like, wait, would you be mad? And I was like, well, I don't have a cat, so like, I guess not. That was probably like the number one time I was the bigger person. And I was really proud of myself.
That is really big of you.
Yeah, thank you.
You could do
and Olive deserve it. She's cute.
You do like
pepper.
For some reason in my head I have garlic and anchovies in my head, but I don't think they go together.
Garlic?
I don't know why. That's in my head.
I always try to think of the nickname I would call them.
Totally.
Gar.
Licky.
Ew.
Lick. Ew. Ugly.
Lick, give it a lick. Yeah,
a little licky from Licky.
Yeah, no. If you guys have any cat suggestion names, because I am really, once I'm here for like an extended period of time, I'm not gonna be for so long.
Yeah.
Probably maybe like September, October is when I'll do it, because I'm traveling like every month for the summer, of course, because the summer gets so busy. But I had such a realistic dream last night that my mom and I went to a house and started capturing feral cats.
Right, so you really,
I don't know why. So it's been on the brain.
If I dive quickly into my dream journal, I think that means you're pregnant. With the kitty cat.
Don't
with the cat,
say
with the
that,
cat, with
bro.
the cat.
Okay,
with the cat.
yeah, please, because I'm still waiting to get my period. You know, so that's like, don't trigger me like that. I have until May 4th.
Totally kidding. Totally. Yeah. I meant it in the way of like, you know how they always say like if you dream about babies or milk, you're pregnant. So if you dream about feral cats, it means you're pregnant with a cat.
Yes, I would love to be pregnant with a cat.
You know, maybe Caesar.
Ooh.
Caesar and anchovy. Anchovies of Caesar.
Yeah, I kind of like
Caesar.
that.
And then are you going to get a boy cat?
Cece. I do kind of want a boy cat because apparently they're really more cuddly than girl cats.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
Potential name.
I like that.
Ooh, Caesar and anchovy.
Cute.
Caesar with anchovy.
Yes.
Love.
And then I'll dress them up as a salad and as fish for Halloween.
It's perfect.
Yeah, that'd be cute.
Amazing. But don't worry. You can or cannot, depending on if you're invited. Who knows? If you are getting a new cat, it can't be around July 4th because Michael Rubin's white party's still on.
Yes, my invite's in the mail.
Despite rumors that it was moved for the Kelce Swift wedding, the rumors are false.
Yeah, it was just Page 6 again.
Yeah, just spewing lies.
And then TMZ
they love to lie.
Said that he didn't move his party.
He wouldn't move that shit for anybody. Also, I don't think Michael Rubin would like be invited to that wedding.
Okay.
You know? I don't think he's like runs in that
way.
circle.
I don't even think Travis goes to the white party.
I don't think so either. I don't think either of them do.
No, I don't. Taylor's never gone. I don't think.
No.
But
all
I guess
the other celebs that would be there is, I think, the reason why like nobody would go to his party because they'd all be at the wedding.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, totally. It says the report states Rubin likely didn't want to overshadow Swift, which is why he moved his party up a few days. Okay.
Oh, you think your annual shitty white party is gonna overshadow the royal fucking wedding? Yeah. Good. Nice.
It says, however, sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ Rubin's bash was never scheduled for July 4th, and July 1st is the only date that was ever on the invitations.
There you go.
So yeah,
I think July 4th is like in the middle of the week anyway, isn't it? Oh, no. It's literally a Saturday, July 4th.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, it says Ruben typically holds his A-list only Hamptons event on July 3rd or 4th, but we're told this year he opted for July 1st because he thought the UFC 250 White House event was going to be on Independence Day.
Got it. True, and
But
that's
now
a Wednesday. So he's having the white party on a Wednesday? I mean,
guess so.
Everybody takes off that week.
Yeah.
And we're off that week. Yeah. I'll be in Greece.
I'll be in Italy.
Hell yeah. But the idea alone that his party would somehow that people would choose his party over the Swift Kelce wedding.
Yeah,
you're out of your mind.
You
gotta get a dose of maybe a quick slice of humble pie, Michael Rubin.
Totally.
You're out of your fucking gourd.
Maybe like a handful of, and I'm not saying that they would pick Rubin over, but like I wonder how much like crossover there really is. Like maybe a handful of like Travis's athlete friends.
Totally, but also like models and stuff. Like I'm sure Gigi gets invited, and
That's
like
true.
the Bradley Coopers of the world. Like I'm sure that there's a significant enough crossover for the invite list.
Yeah.
Who knows? I never know who ends up actually going to those
parties. I feel like
parties.
Taylor doesn't even really like run in those types of
not
circles,
really.
you know,
Not
with like
really.
Beyonce and like
True.
Kim.
But Beyonce would totally be invited to the wedding, to Taylor's wedding. You know what I mean?
You think?
Definitely.
Right, they're friends.
Yes.
They supported each other at each other's movie premieres.
Yes. Whether or not she goes, that's who knows.
Right.
But I think Beyonce's definitely invited. Definitely.
Damn.
You know, what a crazy wedding it's gonna be.
Table tennis, Beyonce, Greg Olson.
yeah.
Jack
George
Antonoff.
Kittle. Yeah. George Kittle, like, hope we have enough beer, and Beyonce's like,
yeah, like please, like I'm drinking prosecco.
Yes, I'm bubbles only for me, please. Did you speak of Beyonce? Did you see she's got she was doing a photo shoot for something? I forget what's coming out of hers, but she's wearing she's got like. Her hair is like puffed up curly. Ooh. And she's got like a purple dress on, and people were saying it looks like Speak Now. Yeah.
That's funny. Beyonce's in her Speak Now era.
She like is in her Speak Now era. I forget what it was
well,
she was doing it for.
Well, people think that she's going to put out an album this year.
It says Beyonce stuns in new photos ahead of her Met Gala return in 1 week because she's co-hosting or co-chair of the Met Gala.
Ooh, I'm so excited to see her look. Oh wait. Oh my gosh, she really
very
is.
Speak Now. But she looks amazing. She's probably wearing Givenchy.
Wait, I love that dress.
It looks like Givenchy.
Wait, I'm very excited to see what she looks like.
Me too. She's going to look incredible. Really good hosts this year, too. I forget all the hosts, but I think maybe Zendaya's in there, too. But
that's exciting. Well, people think that she's going to put out an album this year, a rock album.
That would be crazy.
Yeah,
that'd be crazy. And again, add it to the list of
albums,
people, you know.
Seriously.
Unless it comes out after August, I guess. But
sure.
But yeah, so no worries. No need to move your plans around. You can go to both the white party and Taylor's wedding if you're invited to both.
Yep. Gigi and Bella.
Uh-huh. Shall we get into some voicemails, DMs?
Let's do it.
Yay. Yeah, that's all we have for newsy news because we recorded yesterday. Not a lot's happened in 24 hours.
Very true.
Gia, I have been just itching for a sweet treat after work. And I know that I told you that story one time about how I would mosey my way into Grand Central and I would head right to the Baked by Melissa store and get myself a little 6 cupcake treat. And at this point, I think I want to order a whole order for myself because I deserve it. And so do you.
I mean, everybody deserves a Baked by Melissa. And you know who deserves them the most?
Who?
Mothers.
Oh my God, of course.
Because Mother's Day is coming up. So this Mother's Day.
My mom loves Baked by Melissa.
Your mom will be so happy to receive Baked by Melissa, seriously, because it's so good. And Baked by Melissa, they see moms as the original makers of magic. So this Mother's Day, send cupcakes and love with their Mother's Day collection delivered nationwide. Their cupcakes are made entirely by hand and turn any moment into a celebration. And they come in beautiful gift boxes that make it effortless to send something special. There's something for every taste, from classic and creative flavors to constantly rotating new options, plus gluten-free or vegan choices so everyone can enjoy. We've talked about it forever, but we both love the PB&J flavor.
The best flavor.
It's so good.
Good.
You guys are missing out who have not tried it yet. They ship fast and they arrive in 1 to 2 days nationwide, and you can even choose your arrival date so your cupcakes show up perfectly fresh and right on time. Right now, Baked by Melissa is offering our listeners 20% off your order at bakedbymelissa.com/TaylorWatch. That's bakedbymelissa.com/TaylorWatch for 20% off your order. bakedbymelissa.com/TaylorWatch. Okay, I think these are from the same person.
Okay.
So maybe I'll just play them back to back.
Perf.
Hi, Kelly and Gia. I was curious. Folklore or Evermore? You have to pick one.
Oof.
And then
So
was
hard.
it this? Yeah.
Hi, Kelly and Gia. I was curious, what do you think is the most important day in Swiftie history? Thanks. Bye.
Great. 2 great questions. Yeah. Folklore or Evermore. I'm gonna answer that second. Most important day in Swiftie history. Well, it is kind of funny. We are recording this on April 29th.
Right. That is.
Do you really
want to
know where we were on April 29th?
But I feel like it has to be
July 9th.
The day she got. Oh, are we thinking dates and songs? Or?
I'm thinking dates and songs, but I think we should think outside the what you're thinking. Yeah. Significant day in Swift history.
Well, we could do both.
Yeah, okay.
I'm thinking most important day in Swiftie history has to be the day she got her master's back.
Has to be.
Because that's like everything that she's worked for.
Yes.
And then maybe like 2 to that would be like
the Eras Tour announcement.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I think. Either Eras Tour announcement or Eras Tour ending.
Yeah.
Could be. That was a big deal.
Totally a big deal.
But I would say, you could go all the way back to like, Red Tour, Speak Now Tour. Like, I feel like you could make arguments for things that happened during that time.
Yeah.
But she was her biggest when she was announcing Eras Tour.
Yeah, most important.
Yes. And Masters back is that's like a slam dunk.
I feel like it has to be.
Yeah, totally. In my head, though, April 29th, do you really want to know?
Yeah.
That gets stuck in my head the most.
I'm trying to think of like other dates. July 9th. I feel like I would have to say July 9th.
Yeah, I guess maybe that does make more sense.
I'm going to look it up. Dates Taylor Swift mentions in songs.
I can't sing. I sound so gross right now. Allergies plus Vegas still.
No, these are all time, day,
I think there's only the 2 dates, right?
Yeah, July 9th. Yeah. Those are like the only 2 days, it seems like.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, I think more maybe July 9th than
I guess
April
so.
29th.
I think April 29th just always is stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Do you really want to know? I can't. I'm
April
constantly
29th.
And today's the day.
And then Folklore or Evermore.
Oh, God, it's so impossible. I think, it's like, I gotta say Folklore, I think. But
I know.
There are so many songs on Evermore that I can't sacrifice. But then I can't sacrifice The Lakes, can't sacrifice Mirrorball, Illicit Affairs.
I know. This is me trying. Hoax.
Right. Cardigan.
The One.
Peace.
Yeah. Peace. Fuck.
It's like there's too many.
I know, but then like Evermore, I'm giving up. Cowboy Like Me, Right Where You Left
that's
Me.
So
Ivy.
Ivy is impossible to give up. Champagne Problems.
Champagne Problems.
Willow. I fucking love Willow.
I think I would have to pick. I think I would have to pick Folklore.
I think so too, but by a hair.
Yeah,
like
legit.
it's a really hard thing.
Like, can I bring one song with Evermore with me?
Yeah,
and I bring Cowboy Like Me.
I bring Ivy.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
Okay,
but yeah, I'm gonna go.
That's
Folklore.
our compromise. We both pick Folklore, but we want to each pick one song
to
take with us from Evermore.
Yeah.
Okay. Great questions. Thank you for those.
Hi, Kelly. Hi, Gia. This is Jess from Connecticut.
Hey, Jess.
Before I ask my question, I just have to say, Gia, bowling freaking champion. Like, who do you think you are?
Yes, we didn't even discuss.
And Kelly absolutely killed it on that, like, spring break. I was not watching. They said you were coming in, and I'm like, this is now must-watch TV. Dave was absolutely correct in his video about you.
Thank you.
You were made for that. So
thank you.
Both of you, that was just awesome. Love that. So my question, with the New York Times best writers coming out, and Taylor talking about Jack, like, Jack sometimes gets a lot of slack because people are like, oh, he only has one sound. But when I think of the other artists he's worked with, like Sabrina, short and sweet, and Man's Best Friend, and then you look at all the works with Taylor, I'm like, this guy has way more than one sound. I don't understand why people say that.
He also works with like Kendrick
so I'm just
Lamar.
wondering, what are your guys'
Lana,
favorite
Lord.
Jack Antonoff produced songs for Taylor? I love Maroon, obviously, August, Out of the Woods. Like, I just think he's produced unbelievable songs that do sound different. So just wondering what your guys' favorites are. All right, love you guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Queen. Great question.
Yeah, really, really good cue. It's hard though because it's hard for me to even pick. Like, I'm a Jack stan. Like, there are very few. I don't know if there are any Jack songs I don't like. You know?
I feel like I prefer Jack.
Same.
And sprinkle Aaron in there too.
I was gonna say the exception to the rule is Aaron. Like, he's definitely a close second. We love a Max Martin Shellback, but I do think Jack has the special sauce when it comes to like the real hits that we love.
Totally. I mean,
Blank Space,
all
like,
of Folklore,
all of
like we literally just said, all of Folklore Evermore. I mean, Yeah, I think August is definitely up there with me in terms of production. I love the production of that song.
Maroon, probably. I mean, shit, it feels like we're cheating because she already said it, but you just happened to list like our fave songs. Maroon, that's one of the most beautiful like arrangements, and it's the range of it and the lyrics and the sound. Like it's just the just everything about it. And I think that Jack is not only creative in his delivery when it comes to like riffs and stuff. I feel like he thinks outside the box with like a heartbeat sound or just things that make noise that aren't technically musical.
Yeah,
you know
totally.
what I mean? Like finding a sound that wouldn't exactly exist like on a piano necessarily or something. And I think that that's so interesting.
I would put Fresh Out the Slammer on there too.
Great one.
That's probably number one for me.
That's a really good one.
So good.
I'll stick with Maroon. I really love that song.
Okay, next one.
Hi, Kelly and Gia.
Hey.
It's Kayla from
Kayla.
St. Louis, Missouri.
Ooh.
I was just listening to Tuesday's pod and also cannot stop listening to Noah Kahan's new album. Thinking about his recent comment that he would want to collaborate with Taylor, and you know, he's done that before with Gracie, and that song is amazing.
So good.
And so I was wondering if you guys had any song on the new album that you thought Taylor would be a good fit on. For me, I think it would be Doors. So anyway, tell me what you guys think. I love you both so much.
Yay.
Thanks, girl.
Thank you so much. And I did listen last night. So
and what do you think?
I only listened through all the way once, and then I went back and listened to a couple faves. You were right. I love American Cars.
Yeah.
And I also love Almost Can't Listen to Too Sad, obsessed with Willing and Able. Willing and Able is that is unbelievable.
It's so good, and that's what I was gonna pick. I think
I was gonna say the same thing. I was like, that is a one. I mean, we're talking about the whiskey lullaby of it all, a back and forth on Willing and Able.
Yeah,
holy shit, I have chills just thinking about it.
Me too.
Just and that song is a really good, or I think Taylor would enjoy that song because it's kind of the same thing where it's like, you know, it starts off in one way, the middle is kind of a different way, and at the end it's like, listen, well, you know, it's gonna be a fucking mess, but if we're both willing and able, like, we'll do it. It's like you kind of come around on it.
And like talking about like how you kind of want to go back and fight like the way that you used to fight when you were like kids. Like I feel like that's so Taylor coded as well.
Extremely. Extremely. And I such a beautiful, beautiful album so far. Doors I loved. End of August I loved because
End of August is so good. The bug sounds. Yeah.
And I need to still obviously listen to more. I also really liked We Go Way Back.
I liked We Go Way Back too. I was gonna say 23 would maybe be a good one too with Taylor.
I can't remember.
It's like 23 clean in the engine heat.
Oh yeah,
keeping me out of the run. Stay gone.
That would be cute.
That'd
be very cute. That also, even you just singing it right there made me think of the da-na-na-na-na, get you, I'll get you alone.
Oh, yeah.
What song is that?
Your name has echoed through my mind, and I just think you should know. Nothing changes worth the drive. Treacherous.
Yeah. Oh my God, Red Stand emerging? Wow.
Whoa, stop. Wow. Stop. Call the press. Call. Donald Trump.
New York Post. You're going to... Oh, God.
Get her!
Nurse?
Yeah. She's unwell.
She's finally in it.
That's
wow.
So
I can't believe I pulled that out of my ass.
Oh my God, I love
That's
that.
incredible.
Wow, you're slowly being brainwashed.
Incredible. But yes, huge shouts to Noah Kahan for a beautiful, beautiful album.
Yeah,
I was listening
so
to it a
good.
little bit today on the way to work as well. But I need to do like a
fully digest.
I look forward to like a Saturday morning. Like that's a Saturday morning.
I'm definitely going to
album.
go on a walk this weekend and stare out into the Hudson,
into the abyss. Yeah,
exactly.
For sure.
All right, last one.
Yay.
Hey girls, this is Emma. Literally love you so much. I'm literally recording this in my office at work, so like I'm trying to be quiet and whisper, but I really just kind of want to know what is a Taylor song that is like kind of hated or like disliked, or like the general public of Swifties like doesn't pay any attention to whatsoever, but that you really, really love. So for me, it's I Can Fix Them Whenever I Can. I really think that
you
we're
might be the only one, girl.
Legit
discrediting her writing on that. I think some of the lyrics on that song are like so good. Like, the dopamine races through his brain
Totally
on
agree.
a 6-lane Texas highway. Like, who is saying that? Nobody but the queen herself. So yeah, love you both so much. I listen to the show religiously. Like, it's the only part of my week that I enjoy. So thanks so much. Bye.
Wow, thank you so much, Ziva.
Thanks.
Hilarious though, because I
The
can fix him
only
every way
I
I
can
can.
fix him Stan in the world, baby.
For sure, but she's right. The lyrics are still beautiful.
For sure. I think it's more like the melody of it that
Yeah.
I have a hard time getting behind.
Me too.
But it does paint like crazy imagery.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
In terms of like, I feel like I'm such a not follower in terms of like, or I feel like I usually go hand in hand with like the songs that people don't like. Like I usually don't like them either.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to think of.
I'm trying to think of one that people don't like. Like what's, a good example is Me. I don't, you know, everybody hates Me or feels a certain way about
song.
Me or whatever. I like that song.
Yeah.
I think it's cute and fun, and I get what she was doing with it. And I think it's like a cutie. Like I'll always stand up for Me a little bit.
Which I don't know if you remember, but we got a question once, and it was like Me or Superstar.
Oh yeah.
And you said Me and I said Superstar.
Yes.
And I remember posting it, like all the comments were like, how could you pick Superstar over Me? Like Me's so much better, blah, blah. So maybe I would say Superstar.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I don't know if that's a hated song.
I don't know either.
But people were saying, everyone was commenting saying Me was better.
I'm really trying to think of
I'm
like
saying
other...
Justice for Superstar.
Okay. I really am trying to think of like hated, like other hated songs.
Or like, is there like one on, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
This is why we can't have nice things. Do people hate that song?
Oh, I don't think. I love that song. Yeah. I can't imagine anybody hating that song.
I think it's so like tongue in cheek,
Totally.
funny.
Maybe oh, you know what? I'll just go straight to the Red album because that's where that's where I am. Let's see, but it's not. I hate it. Like for me, it is Stay, Stay, Stay. That's one that like I think is a cute song.
I do feel like people don't like that song.
Yeah,
maybe.
it's like earworm annoying a little, but I do think it's like beautifully written at the same time.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a lot of good ones.
For sure.
A lot of good ones.
Well, maybe we'll think of some more that come to our mind next time too, because it's hard to like do it right on the spot. But I was also thinking Dear Reader, but I don't think that's a hated song. I think that's just a slept on song.
Totally agree, because everyone loves that song.
Yeah.
People love like You're Losing Me, right? Like I feel like people forget about that song.
Yeah, it's definitely forgotten about because I feel like it's not. It was put out so much later, and then it was first on the CDs.
Yep.
And then it took forever for it to finally come onto streaming.
She hid that one. Yeah.
Right. She was like,
Jack spilled too much.
Yeah. Jack spilled too much tea about like when it was being released and things of that nature. She was like, we're gonna put these one in the coffin.
Yep.
Okay, let's jump into DMs. We only have 3, but
oh great.
This one is so funny. Someone said, just popping in here to say that I've tuned into Spring Break House to watch our #1 girl. And I have to say, Kelly, you look so hot in your Vegas looks. Hell yeah, girl. The video of Kelly stage diving has me fucking dead on the floor. Oh my God. Aerostore stage dive realness. I was like,
okay. And here's the confusion. This happened all week long. There were 2 Kellys on the cast.
Yes.
And fortunately or unfortunately, however you look at it, when I'm in like the Barstool world, I'm Keegs. That's like what people call me, or the boys. All the boys call me Keegs. Because that's, my last name is Keegan. It's not Keegs, but I go by Kelly Keegs. Like that's my like Barstool moniker.
Yeah.
But you guys all know me as Kelly because that's my name. And we are regular here. There was another Kelly on the cast, and she was the one stage diving. I was getting texts from my closest friends being like, Kelly, what the fuck? Because it said on the thing, like, Kelly stage dives. And my high school friends were like, girl, are you okay? I was like, that was not me. You think my knees could springboard off a stage like that? Not a fucking chance.
When I saw this, I was crying.
You think I'd risk busting my face? There's no way. No.
I don't know if I don't know, even if you were like your most blacked out, I don't think you would ever stage dive.
It is never something I've ever wanted to do. And it's like, you have to put a lot of trust in the people that are catching you.
Totally.
They're always going to drop your ass. Like,
totally.
The amount of times, so Kelly did that, Kelly Chata, Smelly, we
so
call her.
they must have thought that
Friends
you
with
were
movie.
just stage diving.
Not me. I would love to like claim that I'm not crazy.
She was like legit sending herself.
So I'll tell you a piece about that. So we're there every fucking club we went. We had to, by the end, I had to be like, Kelly, you have to stop jumping off the fucking stage.
And she kept getting like kicked out.
You're not allowed to do that. Like you are not allowed to jump off the stage. So in that video that they saw of like Kelly jumping off the stage, she landed okay. It was all fine. And they tried to kick her out. And Mike, our head of our security, had to be like, listen, like, please don't. She won't do it again. So she was fine. Then later, like at every club, she tried to do this, and she would wait until the end because she knew she was gonna get kicked out, and so it like kept happening. But then at the last place we were at, she just like did it once randomly. They didn't kick her out. Same thing, ultimatum, and then she did it again a second time, and they literally locked her up in the clink. They took her to the club clink. They were like, "You're coming with us," and we had to pick her up like on the side, like outside of the club. It was fucking crazy.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
But no, it was not me. Despite earlier reports, it is not me stage diving. I would literally never.
So funny. Oh my god.
Way too much anxiety for that. No way.
No. And I'm also like, we're also both tall, and I feel like when you're tall, like you're just averted to people like lifting you, picking you up, anything of that nature.
I never want to be picked up ever. Yeah. Even if it's like a joke, I don't want to be picked up.
I know.
Like,
I hate when TJ picks me up. I'm like, put me down now.
Put me down.
Yeah.
Right now. And I literally hate it. Like, I don't care. Like people were talking, I remember like when Taylor and Travis started dating, they're like, oh my God, he's so tall, she's so tiny, like he can pick her up, whatever. I'm like, even if I had a 6'8" boyfriend, I'd be like, put me the fuck down.
No,
like,
seriously.
You just kind of,
it's like
how you grow up. Like
it's like emotional trauma of like being tall and like not being picked up for such a long time, and then all of a sudden like boys can pick you up, and you're like, no,
please don't. Like I'm huge. Like please, like
I'm the monster on the hill.
I weigh 1,000 pounds. You can't.
You're gonna die if you pick me up. Okay, so put me down now. So funny.
It's so
oh my
real.
God. I love that people.
Meanwhile, Kelly Trotta's like 5'3".
Yeah,
and like
she's the perfect size.
Yeah, she's a good size
to just send it off
for
the stage.
dive.
Yeah. So funny. Shout out Smelly.
Shout out Smelly big time. I had a lot of fun with her actually.
She's literally the nicest person.
She's so
on planet
sweet.
Earth.
Like almost too nice for this earth. Like I kind of be like, girl, you don't have to, like she's so worried about like making sure she's not hurting feelings and stuff. I'm like, girl, you couldn't hurt somebody's feelings if you tried.
She's so like unproblematic.
Extremely.
All right, next one. Kelly Gia. I'm hanging out with my cousin right now and I need help. My cousin is on TikTok. I'm an old fart and I'm not on TikTok. Okay. She told me that there's a side of TikTok out there saying Anne Hathaway is a cannibal. I'm so confused. Is this a thing? What the fuck? I need input from people who are on the internet and I trust. Help.
That is crazy. But here's the thing. I wouldn't be surprised about that. I feel like whenever a celebrity gets to a point
when they like haven't aged.
Yes, when they like haven't aged, or if they like are making a comeback, and she's also in a couple of like spooky movies right now.
For sure.
People always start calling you a cannibal. Ever since the Armie Hammer shit, everybody's been calling everybody a cannibal willy-nilly.
I do feel like they are like there's like this subsect of like I don't know. The internet that always tries to like pull out the most crazy conspiracy theories about celebrities, and not to whatever, but it's low-key always women. Avril Lavigne has a body double. Selena Gomez has an evil twin. Anne Hathaway's a cannibal. Just because these women are beautiful and ageless and slaying even
good genes,
no matter the
and
age,
good docs, perhaps.
Exactly, does not mean that there are body doubles or consuming human remains. It's funny when I look up Anne Hathaway cannibal, it goes, the accusations that actress Anne Hathaway is a cannibal are false and baseless.
Yeah, it's just like people saying shit on TikTok.
Yeah, it's just a viral social media rumor.
Yes, and that is something that Anne Hathaway won't be the last person accused of being a cannibal.
Yeah.
Like, that's just a thing that people love to say for some reason. I don't know why. However, I will say about Anne, she's not like loud and vocal about all of the work that she has done, but she's not quiet about it either. Like she's definitely had work done, like for sure, without question. But she had a really good tip. I watched a video of her getting ready for maybe the Oscars, I think, whatever, one of the award shows that happened recently. And she was putting her hair back, like they were doing her hair. And her hairstylist, no, not tape. Her hairstylist took a tiny piece of hair, like below, like she's got like the layer of hair on top. Yeah. And then a tiny piece below and braided it, like teeny tiny braids. And pulled them back and put them together in the back. And Anne was like, you get a little bit of an eye lift when you do that. And I was like, girl, yes. So she had her hair half up, half down, and it was covered. But yeah, if you're pulling just like right here. Ooh.
Yeah, I saw that on TikTok. Right. Yeah, so I saw it. Apparently gives you a really bad headache.
For sure.
But I saw that on TikTok. That's a good tip. So yeah,
beauty is pain.
She's doing beauty tricks.
She's doing tips and tricks and getting work done. People. So don't worry about it. Yeah, she's not drinking baby's blood or whatever people are accusing.
No. Yeah. Okay, last one. Okay, lovely ladies, it's time for your Barstool Breakdown. I have been so confused by what Barstool is, and then all the Barstool Spring Break content, which I had zero interest in until Kelly showed up. Now I'm over-consuming all the content and have no idea who these people are or what they do. Haha. I'm quickly learning more about Barstool than ever before, but I need a breakdown. Also, Kelly always being a girl's girl, and I love her so much.
Thank you for that.
Shout out.
So, let's see. It's hard to even know where to begin when it comes to describing Barstool.
Right.
Should we start at the top?
Start from the beginning. Dave
Portnoy.
Lived in Massachusetts.
Yep. He started a newspaper, and he would hand it out himself at like bus stops and shit. It was originally a gambling newspaper.
Yep.
And he would make fake ads in it to make it look like he was getting money for it. And he would make fake pseudonyms to write under, but it was really all just him.
Yep.
And so he did that for a really long time, was broke as fuck. And then finally a guy moved from Boston to New York and said to him, hey, I missed this newspaper. I'll help you create a website. They called him like the angel of Barstool. And he's like, I'll help you make a website if you put it on there so I can keep reading Barstool. And so this guy, random, we still don't know who he is. As far as I know, just made the interface for Dave.
Yeah.
And then it turned into a website for blogging.
Yep.
And then from there, stemmed out a few more writers in Boston. Then they hired Kevin Clancy for New York. And then eventually Dan Katz, Big Cat for Chicago. And then it stemmed out into like a big blog.
Yep.
So Barstool was a blog for the first like 10 years, I would say, almost exclusively. And then Kevin Clancy started podcasts at Barstool with KFC Radio. Him, John Feidelberg, and Dan Katz, Big Cat, were the stars of that show. And then eventually that, you guys know now that has grown and that show has ceased to exist in the present time. But that was like our longest going podcast for a long time. From that stemmed Part of My Take, which is the football podcast that now Big Cat and PFT and Hank and all those guys, they're the moneymakers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've got to deal with fucking Netflix.
And I actually saw a really...
They're the big dogs.
Yeah. I saw a really interesting... I don't know what it was. I think it was Dave talking about it, but he said like... Because Barstool used to do these things called Barstool... What was the parties called? Blackout? Barstool
the Blackout tours. Oh, yeah. Well, when we get to Dante, we can talk about that. Yeah.
So he said that like they were doing these Barstool Blackout tours where basically it was just like they throw a big party on college campuses.
I went to one in college. Yeah, that's how old I am. I went to so the Barstool Blackout tours. Some of you might be old enough to know, but they would come to your town. It was essentially a dance, like it was a ticketed dance party. There'd be a DJ, Dante.
Yeah.
And you go and you'd like do drugs and wear rave clothes and just like Viva La Stool.
Yeah.
And like they'd make crazy videos and make it look like a really crazy time. The one that I went to was not crazy at all.
No.
Nobody pulled their titties out.
Yeah.
Like none of that.
Yeah.
But they made these crazy videos and of people just like raving in a crowd, and everybody just wanted to go to these parties. Yeah, I went to the one in Winston-Salem.
Yeah, okay. And then I guess, I'm not sure exactly where they were having one, but like the arena in that city like called Dave and was like, what is this? Like, would you guys want to have this here?
Yeah.
And they were like, we can't afford it, whatever. But for some reason they like made so much, they agreed to let them still have it there, and they made so much money from the tickets that's how like they were able to hire Big Cat.
Yes.
So I thought that was interesting. Like everything kind of like rolled into each other perfectly.
Yes.
Like, it's very serendipitous.
Extremely. And I think that's something that people are maybe it's something unexpected about Barstool, is that I would say however much hard work went into building Barstool, almost equal, maybe a little bit less equal, was like luck of timing.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
the timing on them, starting a blog right when blogs were getting hot, starting podcasts right when podcasts were getting hot, even doing the Barstool Blackout tours. And they also had this one called, it was like Barstool fucking foam, and they had like foam that was a fucking hazard. I can't believe they're allowed to do this. And I think they got in trouble at some venues for that. Like it was certainly like the cheapest parts of Barstool was like these Barstool Blackout tours. And if you talk to any of those guys, like Dante, who is on spring break, of course, he's like, best years of my life, loved it.
He was like, he's
scrappy.
one of the OG Barstool people.
Yes.
And then
but he was never he wrote online, and I believe he was technically considered a full-time employee, but Dante has an extra, like a separate life. Like he's a restaurateur.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah. He like owns a lot of pieces, or he owns pieces of a lot of businesses in the Chicago area and
like
beyond.
If you guys know like Goodnight John Boy, it's a very popular like club bar in Chicago, and then they also have one in Cincinnati or Cleveland, maybe
one of the college towns.
Yeah,
I think maybe Cleveland,
somewhere in Ohio.
Yeah,
super popular bar.
Yep.
So
they're expanding too. He's trying to open up in other cities, and it's like they're the ball's rolling.
Yeah,
so I'm dying for them to open one here. I would love a Good Night John Boy here.
Totally would love that here. That'd be so awesome.
Yeah.
And then when did they like open their first New York office?
So
you know?
First New York office came at 2016.
Okay.
And I know that because that's when I was sniffing around. That's when I was friends with these people before. I was friendly with Kevin, Kelce, and actually, honestly, everybody. I was friends with everybody because I was heavy on social media.
Yep.
And I was just like always up in their grill. I was like a Twitter girl.
Yeah.
And at the time when you could be seen by that and nobody, like, people knew who they were, but not like they do now. So it, I didn't get lost in the sauce. I just like became friends with them.
Yeah.
And I also, they knew that I wanted to I liked pop culture. I was very into reality TV. That was this content that I was kind of creating on the side, was Bachelor recaps and like live reactions and stuff. And so that's kind of how I got into the world a little bit. And then once, I had a viral moment online. I had live tweeted a couple breaking up on a plane. Yes, it is me, plane breakup girl. That's when I started talking with Kevin a lot more because he helped me kind of navigate that. And then his brother helped me get a podcast or create a podcast called Wine with Kelly years and years ago. And so then I started like inching my way in that way. And they would have me on KFC Radio sometimes. Then they started a Barstool radio show with SiriusXM, which is where Francesca and Rhea came in. As the chicks in the office.
Yes.
And
Rhea was there before.
Rhea was an intern
right?
already.
Yeah,
yes.
she was an intern.
They were both interns.
They were both
actually.
interns.
But it all happened like literally at the same time.
Yeah. I would say Rhea was there, maybe like 1 or 2 years before?
Not years. I think I want to say like 6 months.
Okay.
Maybe.
Oh,
it was,
okay.
I think it was within the same year.
Okay.
That they both got hired as interns.
Yeah. And then they tried to like pit Francesca and Rhea against each other.
Yeah.
And then Rhea ended up.
The boys, of
course. On the XM show. And Rhea ended up DMing Francesca and being like, it's actually so funny. She said, like, we could do something like a brunette and a blonde with an inseparable bond. Yeah, which is so sweet.
Really cute.
And they started doing, like, videos literally, like, in the merch room.
Yep.
Just doing, like, pop culture stuff. And then it's just expanded into what is Chicks in the Office now.
Well, right. So while they were doing those videos, like, it was good that they kind of decided to work together instead of like fighting. Obviously that was a huge piece of it, and also really just a good look for like women at Barstool.
Yeah, for sure.
They were like the first girls to do anything content wise that wasn't sports related.
Yeah.
And so they're doing these videos, but then the deal with SiriusXM happened, and then they got their own slot. On their, So there was like there's like a, from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. there was a Barstool Sports channel, and so they filled it in with shows. Yeah. And Chicks in the Office had their own show.
And that's kind of how a lot of these other shows started. Like the Yak used to be a SiriusXM show.
Yep.
And now that's in Chicago, and that's Big Cat, Brandon, Kate, Titus, Danny Conrad, Nick Turaney, and KB.
Yeah.
And they just like talk every day, different topics every day. They're probably like the biggest. They are the biggest
They're
live
the biggest
show.
live show for sure.
Yeah, they get like 20,000 viewers per.
And TJ,
day.
Jay's boyfriend, is the producer of that.
Yes, and then it is also Stephen Che and Za,
Yep.
who help behind the scenes stuff too. But they're also characters on the show. And then if you're watching like a lot of Spring Break stuff, you might have seen like Nikki Smokes go on the Yak, or some other people will go on the Yak every once in a while to kind of like. Because they are very much intertwined with like whatever's going on in the Barstool world, the Yak will usually talk about.
Yeah, because they're a daily live show.
Yes.
So it's easy for them to like bring in and discuss. They don't, I would say they bring up internal drama every once in a while. I feel like they try to steer clear of the drama, but the drama finds them. You know what I mean? Like, you can't hide.
They can't help it. And I feel like some of them low-key like to like bring it up and try to start the and like Roan used to be on the Yak.
And so did Lil Sass.
Yes.
Used to be on it too.
Before they moved to Chicago. And now Roan does a podcast called Son of a Boy Dad with Lil Sass and Francis Ellis.
Yep.
Who worked at Barstool for a while, was fired for a little bit, and then came back.
Yep. He actually started working at Barstool because he won Barstool Idol, I think, is how Francis ended up in. Or he was involved with Barstool Idol somehow.
That's not surprising.
I want to say the first year. And you know who else won Barstool Idol?
Marty. Yeah.
Rhea's husband.
It's so funny.
So insane.
I didn't even realize that. I think I literally just learned that recently, too.
Yeah.
So
it's so crazy.
Barstool has this, I don't know if we're ever going to do it again.
Doing it again this
year.
But
we used to have this thing called Barstool Idol. Caroline Banowitz.
That's how we got Caroline.
Was hired. Chris
Caroline's
Clemmer.
year, they hired like
everyone.
like the top 5.
Yeah,
so
they
it was
hired
Caroline
Clemmer,
Danny Jackal,
John Rich.
Oh my God.
And I think that's it. 4 or 5 people.
I feel like there was one more.
I know. I feel like I'm missing someone too. Caroline, Danny Jackal, Clemmer, John Rich.
Who are we missing?
And
it's so funny
else,
how people
but maybe
end
it is
up at
only them
Barstool.
4.
Well, we'll pause in the timeline to say that the rest of the people and the things we would talk about, like everything we've already discussed, is like the meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
And kind of what brought it to what it is now. Like there have been a couple of times, like Barstool was bought by the Turning Group for a minute.
Yep.
Bought by Penn Gaming for a minute.
Yep.
And now Dave owns the company outright again by himself. So like we had a big time gambling era. We had a big time entertainment era. Like there were moments throughout time with all
there was
this.
a moment where it was like very corporate here, which was like crazy
when we were with Penn, right? Yeah. That was a weird, definitely like a weirder time. I wasn't as involved during that time because I was like avoiding my ex-boyfriend and like not wanting to be here.
Yeah, makes sense.
Whole thing. That's a story for another day. But the people that are within the walls of Barstool that aren't a part of like Pardon My Take or Chicks in the Office or like a Dave Portnoy show or something are all characters. I would say like envision us as characters on a TV show that's always on.
Yeah.
You know, like, and that's how Dave likes to describe his people. It's like we are just a big cast of characters, and he likes to think of Barstool itself as a reality show. So when we do like reality within reality, that's what makes it interesting. When I do something on spring break and I'm blowing up, you know, drama and gossip and whatever, it's like those are real things that are happening. Like it is real. Yeah. But of course we're hamming it up because we're being entertaining. But
that's kind of what makes it different is like, you know, these reality shows are all strangers, whatever, but like with us, it's all coworkers. So it's like, you got to do this and then like go to work with these people the next day.
You got to backstab your best friend and whatever. Like that's, and that's my biggest issue is like, especially when I am doing a surviving or whatever, it's like, people hold those grudges. They really do if you are not careful. But it's because we're all, you know, we're all crazy people. Like we're all creative, I should say.
Yes.
Instead of crazy.
So it's kind of like, if you don't really have like a set show, there's still things that you can do, like
group activities. You know, if someone needs people for their show or like if someone's doing a stream, something of that nature. So like, there's a lot of characters who kind of just like have that role to play. I would say I'm definitely one of them. Like a role player?
Yeah.
I think I'm like that too. I think we're both like that. But we have our thing that we do, and then we also are role players. But we don't have a Pardon My Take.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
So people like that, like Rhea and Fran with Chicks in the Office, that's their only thing.
Yeah.
They do book club with us, but besides that, like they do a 3 times a week. Like that is their number one thing. They never have to do anything else if they don't want to. Same with Pardon My Take.
Yeah.
But the rest of us, it looks good when you get involved in stuff, or if Dave asks you to get involved, or like you always say yes to Dave.
Yeah.
Like it's good to be in the mix.
For
that's
sure.
a phrase that we use commonly around here is being in the mix.
Yeah.
And if you're not in the mix, then that's where it's like, well, what value are you bringing? And then people start, you know, it gets a little dog eat dog at times.
For sure. It can be competitive.
And that's putting it lightly. Like it can definitely get competitive in a way of like, especially if there's somebody who thinks that they're working really hard and they see someone and they don't believe that they're working that hard, usually there's some sort of accusations. You're not doing this. I do this much work. It's a lot of like, you know, like puffing up your shoulders.
Yeah.
I would say most of that exists within the boys. Like we don't really
I was going to say.
the girls are never like, you're not working hard, bitch. Like no one ever says that.
Never.
We all work hard, but in our own ways. But it's like, it's definitely an interesting dynamic. I would say about like I guess we could talk a little bit about the Chicago, New York.
Yeah.
So at a certain point, I think it was 2023, when Dave bought back the company, Dan, Big Cat, had already had plans to move, I would say like half the office to Chicago, more than half.
Yeah.
He took a lot of people with him, production, social, content, etc.
Yep.
I would say content wise, he mostly just took the act plus or minus a few people.
Yeah.
But because the content team is only a certain amount of people, we feel it here. Like
for sure.
It's you know, it definitely feels emptier in New York. But so they do a lot more you know, like sports stuff. They do the Yak, they have a basketball court. Like I would say they're the sports office and we're the entertainment office.
Yeah.
Like,
I
don't know if
that
everyone would agree with that, but
if you're trying to like put it into labels, then but because I do feel like, you know, I wouldn't say that there's like a pop culture show or anything coming out of Chicago.
Right.
If it's women, there's a lot of women in the Chicago office content wise, but
definitely.
I feel like, you know, Annika does her like show with Nikki and Hannah, which is more like just about their lives
lifestyle.
and stuff, like lifestyle more stuff. And then like Ella does like Big Boys Club
with some of those boys.
With some of those boys, and that's more like lifestyle stuff too.
Yeah.
Kate does like Kate and Friends, which is like just her morning show and stuff like that. So there's not really a big like entertainment side coming out of that. So I would say, if we're gonna try to, you know, label each one, I would say that for sure, sports and entertainment.
Like we've got Taylor Watch, we've got Chicks in the Office, we've got Out of Order, John's show, we've got like I would say with the exception of Pick Central,
and then like Robbie and Clemmer talk about movies. They do the movie stuff.
My Mom's Basement is music, wrestling, etc.
Exactly.
Like so, I would say we're the more like culture arts and their sports.
But
there's plenty of crossover.
Lots of crossover.
And we're all still like friends with the people that that moved to Chicago that at one point lived here. But it was certainly a strange time because it felt like, you know, you felt like you were missing limbs all of a sudden. Like you come to work and all your friends would be gone.
It was a big adjustment.
It really was for everyone.
For everyone.
It really was. It was tough, especially with the response online. Everybody loves to pit the two offices against each other, being like Chicago's better because it's newer and
New York office is dead.
New York office is dead. Shut down the office. And it is funny, like they've got all this like state of the art shit because it's all brand new, and we're like in a New York. We're like renting a couple floors in a New York building. That's now. They've been in here since like at least 2019 or something like that. 2018.
At least.
It's been a long time. So it looks shiny and new out there. The people are. It's like you know.
I would
same thing.
like I would say that it was a big adjustment, but like now like I love working in the New York office. I think the only thing the only thing that like made it adjustment for me was I lost a lot of kids my age that I was friends with.
Yes.
Like a lot of like social kids and production kids, they all moved to Chicago. And like my best friend Madeline moved to Chicago.
Real ones remember Madeline.
Yeah, real ones. So like that was a big adjustment of like not having people that I was used to having around. But I feel like if anything, it made me like branch out more and like get to know more people. And now I feel like I'm more friends with like...
For sure.
Like Tommy and Marty and Hubs and them, like I was never talking to them in the beginning of my time here.
Right, because it's sometimes the people that you are friends with you don't necessarily think to like hang out or be friendly with or whatever. But I would say New York, to me, is much more of like we all get along really well and we all have each other's backs a lot. Like
totally.
We are our own clique as one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas Chicago, I think, has like pockets of friendships based on shows. So
totally.
like the Mostly Sports guys or like the Yak guys or you know, whatever other show you want to denote. But I think that they kind of stay in their lanes except for when they cross over, and we are always all together except for when we do our individual things.
Totally.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, I mean, New York is the shit. I would never move. Like not that I wouldn't like. Not that I dislike that office. Like, it's fine. Physically, of course, it's fine. The people are fine. We know all those people, whatever. I am not a fan of Chicago, the city, and I'm just a New York girl, you know?
See, I'm kind of like, I love Chicago, the city.
Yeah.
I just feel like I have such a good work-life balance. And I feel like Ella, like, talked about this a lot, too, like, during spring break. Like, I like that I have my friends outside of Barstool and then my friends in Barstool, so, like, I don't always have to be talking about Barstool all the time, whatever.
Totally. It's really
I feel
important.
like a lot of Chicago, like, they all hang out internally, and I feel like I would have like a hard time only hanging out with the people that I work with.
Absolutely.
If that makes any sense.
That's kind of how it was in the early years of New York when everybody moved here. And and I coincidentally had also just moved here like 2 years prior. I was friendly with all these people. And of course, like I still feel lucky like you in that way where I have all my regular outside Barstool friends and I always have.
Yeah.
And whenever I get to go see them after like spending a lot of time with Barstool friends or Barstool whatever, it really is like a breath of fresh air. I'm like, oh my God, thank God we're talking about something else.
Like no one knows that I'm like being hated on because I like whatever fucked up at work, whatever.
No one knows that like literally every day I'm getting called an old skank online. Like that's really nice that they just know me for me and not like what the online perception is. And so that is it's a really important thing. But it's kind of a growing pain of Barstool. Like if you, even the kids in Chicago right now, they're only hanging out with like their other Barstool friends. Like eventually you grow out of that.
Yeah,
and you
for
realize that like you need the separation to stay sane. You know?
Like when I would talk to like Hannah and Annika, like when they all kind of kind of started first working there, whatever, they would like say all this stuff and be like, isn't that crazy, whatever. I'm like, no, that was the New York office like 3 years ago. I'm telling you, like that shit, like everyone goes through that kind of stuff.
It's like they've got their training wheels on.
Yeah,
they're
call
us
like
when you're on
there's
two
a lot
wheels.
of younger people in the Chicago office too. But it's a super fun place. Like I think both offices has their pros and cons.
Definitely.
And I would say there's way less of like a beef or whatever than people would speculate online.
People just try to create beef between us. There is no beef.
No.
Like we're all friends with each other. We're all fine. Like it's all good. But it is interesting and extremely fun when we get to all come together. Yeah. Those moments feel like a big family reunion. Yeah, every time. Totally. So especially when we get to see like our friends who moved or vice versa. Yeah. But those events usually happen around the dozen. The dozen brings everyone together. That's why everyone's always talking about the dozen. Yep. And then like a Black Friday or a March Madness. Like those things bring everyone together. It's like just big company events. But as far as and also reality shows are a great way to Dave is usually involved in the selection process for these shows, or if he's not, they've got Rob and Tara, and mostly Jeff D. Lowe is usually involved because he's usually the host of one of the shows. So they select people and who they think will be good together and who's willing, who's done it before, et cetera, et cetera. So those shows are always, I think, a really good showcase of the range of people we have at Barstool. So if you're interested in watching like Surviving Barstool seasons 1 through 4, I'm on 1 and 4, but not 2 or 3, so you can skip those. And then like we have Barstool vs. America was a reality show we did once. We have 2 seasons of that. I was on both seasons. That was it's too much to even explain. We did Most Dangerous Game Show. I was not on that. Yeah. That one
was crazy. That was kind of like Fear Factor X Survivor.
I could never have done that.
Yeah, it's too much.
That was a crazy one. And now we have Barstool. First, it was Barstool Beach House, which happened this past August. And I know you were addicted to it too, right?
Yeah.
So addicted to it. It was a brand new thing that we were trying out where the entire show, quote unquote, lives on social media. Yeah. So it only exists in like uploaded clips happening in real time. And it's like a social experiment. Yeah. And so Beach House itself was addicting and extremely anxiety inducing, especially because they were our friends. Yeah. So we're watching our friends being like drunk and stumbling and being filmed. And we're also being filmed by our friends, by the way. Like that's another element to it. So like the social team are our friends. So when you're drunk and crying and looking like a fucking fool and like Devin's in your face getting the video of it and she has to post it because that's her job. It's like it's a lot of pressure on everyone involved. Yeah. But we made it through. It was really interesting. It was awesome. So
it was super successful.
Super
successful. Like I feel like everybody was talking about it. Even like my friends who like don't really consume Barstool content, like where everyone was watching it. And I think Spring Break House was very successful as well.
Yes.
I think that there was just like slight differences that made it.
It made it a little less than.
Yeah.
Or actually, I don't know. I
don't know what it is numbers wise.
They were raving about the numbers. Oh. I would imagine it was probably as good as Beach House. Yeah. I don't think
maybe I'm thinking like drama in terms of like drama, just because like Jersey Shore, you're way more bound to get like kids that are willing to be on camera and interact with everybody and things of that nature. Whereas like Vegas, I feel like is like older
Vegas
people.
Was a totally different vibe. Well, it was a lot of bachelor and bachelorette parties.
And you're 3 hours behind.
Yes, the time difference was tough. Also, Beach House was over the course of a month. It was every weekend.
Yeah, that's so true.
3 days of a weekend for the whole month of August. This was all in 7 days. So that was different. But apparently, as far as what I can hear about it is like the numbers were just as good or good enough that they want to do it again.
Yeah, okay, love that.
So we'll see what happens with that. But so for the cast of they're come to take me away. Yep. The cast of Spring Break, Dante, who we talked about earlier. Yep. Dante's like I think he's like 43. Okay. And he like we said, is an entrepreneur, restaurant owner, etc., but also a DJ and had like residencies at Vegas, like a legit ass DJ. He's friends with all the DJs.
He's got the connects.
He was literally behind Dom Dalla within 10 seconds. He was like in the back, like
that's hilarious.
Love that. He knows everyone. Yeah. Dante, we've got Mike Kadick, who is from Chicago.
He played for the Indiana Hoosiers. Yes. He was the captain of the football team.
Yes, and he was very good, very well liked. Yep. Fun guy. He's relatively new within the last couple of years. Beers.
For sure.
Then we have Ella Griff, who, dancer extraordinaire, my number one motherfucking bitch. Love her so much. So funny.
She's new as well.
Also newish. She was an intern, has now become a full-time employee.
And does a show with K-Dick.
Yes, called Big Boys Club.
Yep.
And that show is with also Dana Beers and
T-Bob.
Yep. It's a very funny juxtaposition because all three of those guys are like huge, like tall, big dudes.
They are big boys.
And then there's Ella, who's like a very tiny, like she's Snooki. You know what I mean? Like she's the Snooki of the group.
Totally.
And so there's that. So we've got Dante, K-Dick, Ella, me, you guys know. Nikki Smokes.
Yep.
He got his job at Barstool by making a bet with Dave.
Yep.
For $100,000 salary.
Yep.
Which certainly chaps a lot of our asses.
Yeah. It was
Florida,
Miami versus the Celtics. I thought.
Yeah.
The
something
Heat
like
versus
that.
the Celtics, maybe.
Yeah.
And
he was just a random kid.
Yeah. And he tweeted at Dave basically if the Celtics lose, I get $100,000 contract.
Yep.
And that's how he got his job. Celtics lost.
Yep. And so he's been here ever since. I think it's been about 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I would say so.
And he's certainly carved a place for himself, I'd say. That's another thing too, is you can get hired on the snap of your fingers.
Yeah.
It's staying. Yeah. That's difficult.
Very true.
But yeah, so he's crushing, and he's kind of he's a Florida boy, douchebag vibes, but in reality he's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's nice.
Actually
he's very nice. And I feel like he is nicer than people realize.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
And he dated Annika for a very brief moment. I would say 3 months.
A very
maybe.
short amount of time. Yeah.
Annika also was hired as an intern. She has a big TikTok following like Ella and Hannah Montoya.
Mm-hmm.
She does her show, Friends No Benefits.
Friends No Benefits. Friends No KNOW.
Yes.
Friends No
with
Benefits.
Nikki and Hannah Montoya. She's great. She's hilarious. Such a nice girl.
She's fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely love Annika Down.
But she's also very fairly new to the company.
Yep. She was same thing, intern, then turned full time.
Yep.
She's from California, so
Yes.
she's got that California vibe to
For
her.
sure.
Let's see who else we've got.
The
Rico.
boys.
Rico
Oh, yeah,
Bosco
Rico
was
Bosco.
on. Rico is a friend of ours. He's a New York guy. He is on a lot of gambling shows with Dave and Dan. That's his bread and butter.
Yeah.
He's a March Madness basketball guy.
Yep. He has
Staten
anger
Island
management
guy.
problems.
Big time anger management issues. Lovely family on Staten Island.
Yep.
He's like the whole New York. Everything that you
He
can
used
imagine.
to be a firefighter.
Yes. So, and he's also on my Dozen team.
Yes.
So if you watch
Yes.
Dozen, Rico's there.
Yeah.
And I'm on that team also with Kevin Clancy, KFC Radio, blah, blah, blah.
The guy who's calling you guys chicken head.
Yes. That's him calling everybody chicken heads.
And then there was Tommy Smokes.
Tommy Smokes, our very good friend here in New York.
He started as an intern.
Tommy was an intern.
He was like Dave's good luck charm.
Yes. And he actually, his first time, his run of good luck was in Vegas at that same place we were at. And so, and it's actually happy birthday, Tommy Smokes.
Happy birthday.
April 29th.
That's true. It is his
30.
birthday today. Yeah.
30-year-old birthday. Big deal for him. He's been dreading it. I told him don't. I was like, once you turn 30, it's literally a weight off your shoulders.
Yeah,
you feel
I bet.
actually great. But so he's a partier. He's Tommy Two Blondes.
Yep.
He is also just a very, very funny person. He's very good at creating content and he's a very good writer as well.
Yep.
If you ever see, I don't know if this might be too inside, but if you ever see a press release from Team Portnoy, Tommy writes those.
Right.
So they're very, very funny. Team Portnoy is a separate thing. God, see, this is what I was worried. I'm I go on too many tangents.
Yeah.
Team Portnoy is a team that Dave has. You have to be deemed appropriate to be on Team Portnoy, which means that you're one of Dave's guys.
Yep.
And Tommy is one of those guys
Yep.
because he was his good luck charm.
He loves Dave.
Tommy went to school at Fordham in New York, and he did the radio broadcasting for sports. So that is how he ended up in the mix as well.
Yep. He's been at Barstool for a pretty long time.
For his whole, it's been his only job. As far as I know.
Yeah.
Let's see who else. Who else was on the cast?
Connor Griffin.
Connor Griffin showed up kind of late in the game.
Yeah.
He's a mostly sports guy.
Mostly sports.
I don't know too much about Connor.
He was on social. He did everything for the Yak and mostly sports. And now he's recently just moved over to content. Either this year or last year, I can't remember.
Okay.
Great kid. He's really good. He does a lot of the announcing stuff for Barstool. So if
great
Barstool's
voice.
doing a
great announcer voice.
Recently they did a putt stream.
Yep.
And he was the announcer for that. He was the announcer for the basketball tournament. So he's kind of he's a sports announcer for Barstool kind of. and is the like third, fourth mic on Mostly Sports.
Yep.
Making his way into content.
Yes.
And
then we have, I'm looking at the picture finally.
Oh yeah, Kelly and Mubi.
Oh, Kelly and Mubi.
Yeah.
They are Mubi. You probably know both of them.
Yeah.
If you know one, you know the other.
Yeah.
Mubi, very big on TikTok. Kelly, similarly. They were best friends in college. Now both work here. They have a show together called In the Slot.
Yep.
Mubi got sent home for being too nice, normal, and having a boyfriend. So
happens.
Kelly was left off the leash, and that's who was stage diving.
Yep.
Just a wonderful
great
person.
girls. Both went to Meryl, played lacrosse.
Yep.
Super nice girls.
D1, like true athletes.
Yeah,
they're both so strong and like awesome.
Yeah.
And then last on our little cast here that I'm seeing is Danny Jackal.
Yes.
Danny, we talked about her a minute ago with Barstool Idol. She doesn't live in either place. Like she, I think, lives maybe full time in California.
I'm not sure, honestly.
She's either from California or
everywhere.
Florida.
Yeah.
I forget where from, but she visits both offices a lot.
Yep.
And she makes like prank videos.
Yep.
And so, like the typical, she wears a big pregnancy belly.
Yeah.
She'll wear like a bathing suit with a bush hanging out. Like she has no shame.
She has no social anxiety whatsoever.
It's hilarious to watch her work because you're cringing out of your fucking seat, like even watching her do it. She just doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
The videos always end up doing crazy numbers.
She was sneaky so good and Spring Break House. I feel like she wasn't getting enough credit for like
agreed
asking people like good questions and like just kind of like stirring the pot a little bit, being like, he just said this about you, like what are you gonna do about it, kind of thing.
She was great, and I wish that she could have stayed longer. She had to go to Stagecoach for like a thing or whatever, so she had to leave a little bit early. But that I would have loved it if she had stayed.
Yeah.
I think that's the whole. Is that the whole cast? I think so. Yeah. So that's all of Spring Break. In terms of like, I'm trying to think who else is like important that we haven't mentioned just in general. Oh, you know who's important? The Foreplay guys.
Oh, yeah.
So we have a golf podcast called Foreplay, and that includes Trent, real ones know. Trent, who was
luggage guy.
Yeah. Trent, luggage guy, who did Bachelor recaps with us for a long time. He is now one of the top mics on this show called Foreplay. They're now best friends with like fucking Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Like they've got deals with.
They're very successful golf podcasts.
Titleist maybe is their, I forget what their brand.
Probably something of that nature.
One of those.
But
I'm not totally sure. But
it's Trent, Riggs, and Frankie Borelli.
And Frankie Borelli also used to be Dave's camera guy. He used to be Dave's Austin.
Yes.
So if you guys have ever heard Dave
do a pizza review, if you ever heard Dave on the OG pizza reviews, he'll be like, all right, Frankie.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like the tagline.
Yep.
Frankie is also in a band with PFT, Roan, Caroline, and Robbie Fox called Pup Punk, and it's like a pop punk band, and they do like cover band, and but they have original songs. But they have
a couple original songs. Yeah, they've been slowly putting out. I think they have enough right now for like an EP.
For sure.
So yeah,
and they
actually
do shows at like legit venues, and they're great. They're really talented band.
Like Irving Plaza and shit. Like they're always if you can get yourself to a pop punk show and they're in your city, you gotta go.
Yeah, they're
like,
really great. I mean,
really,
Caroline
really
is just an amazing singer, so she like really brings the house down, and Roan's so good at what he does, and
He's a good singer too. They're
PFT
all very
fucking
musical.
shreds, like they all shred, so they're awesome.
They're really, really good.
Yeah.
I think that's.
And then maybe we'll say shout out to Spittin' Chicklets.
Shout out Spittin' Chicklets. You guys remember Spittin' Chicklets?
They used to sponsor with Pink Whitney. They used to be our sponsor.
Ryan Whitney and Paul Bissonnette.
Everybody knows Pink Whitney.
Yep.
And so, that's Ryan Whitney and Paul Bissonnette.
Yep.
And
Biz, my king.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And literally, when we were in Charleston, he was like on the TV. I was like, Biz!
Hey,
my coworker.
I haven't seen you in forever.
I love being like, that's my coworker.
Me too, so much. It's the best. But they're
really successful hockey podcasts because Biz and Whitney and Ryan Whitney used to play in the NHL.
Yep.
Yeah.
And those are the big dogs.
I would say I feel like we covered everything.
I think so
almost.
Too. But I would say it's impossible. Like once you dive in, it's like the Swiftyverse. Once you dive in, there's a lot of lore to uncover.
So much lore.
But it is all out there. And if you go down one rabbit hole, you'll eventually make it out to the other side because everything intersects.
Totally.
And that is something really interesting about Barstool. And we joke about it internally, externally, about how it's like a dysfunctional family, whatever. But it does really feel like that because it's such a strange way of working. Like
only we get it kind of thing.
Like you don't, like no normal coworkers go on a trip like spring break and like scream in each other's faces and talk about fucking each other. And like, that doesn't happen. You know what I mean? And like spring break is kind of a separate thing, but like it's not really because you come back to work.
Yeah, but you could also
things.
say that with like surviving too. Like
100%.
you're backstabbing each other, talking shit about each other, and then like you have to be like, so how was your day?
Right, exactly. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's all fun,
love.
it's all good, and it's all love.
Yep.
And if you see us all like wiling out a little bit, most likely we're amping it up a little bit. Like we can all feel these emotions on a deeper level for entertainment. And I think
I feel like everybody kind of has like their like persona for Barstool.
Definitely, yes.
In a way that like we wouldn't normally act.
Right.
With our friends.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like if I am out with my girls, I'm not screaming in a child's face. Like that is not something I would do on a normal day. But I will do it to get a huge compliment from Dave Portnoy.
Right, exactly.
So it's all about that, what you're willing to do, what you're not willing to do, and what kind of character you want to be. And you can really just be whatever you want to be here.
Yeah.
It's really nice. And I like to, in my head, I refer to us as the island of misfit toys.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're
my
very
mom
much,
says the same thing.
Yeah. It's very much like a hodgepodge of people, personalities, and interests and coverage. And it's, Barstool might be like the biggest melting pot we got going.
Totally.
Like, in terms of companies, you know, like everyone is so different.
Yeah.
But somehow
we all work
it out.
Yeah, for sure.
And we all get along. So happy. Hopefully that helps. I know it may be a little bit of a jumble because of just how much information that is.
Yeah.
But if people have more specific questions, feel free to ask.
Yeah.
And we'll answer them for sure.
Next week, for sure.
Yes. And, but yeah. I think that's it.
I think that's it
as
well.
That's all we got for you guys today. Hopefully you thought that was a fun little interesting way to close out the show.
Yep.
And we will, of course, be anxiously awaiting whether or not Taylor and Travis will be at the Kentucky Derby and or the Met Gala. Reminder, the episode will be out a little bit late on Tuesday, so you can cover the Met Gala stuff.
Yep.
But until then, we will see you guys later.
Love you guys.
Love you.